If you're a small town reseller like myself, it can be a little bit hard at times to find a lot of big name brands, a lot of luxury items that you can make a lot of money on. And so you have to get creative. And in this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you some of the things that I find on a regular basis as a small town reseller. Many of these items are being passed over by other resellers, even very experienced resellers. Some of these items might be a little bit surprising, others might be downright shocking. Some of them are selling for into the hundreds of dollars. Make sure that you stick around for the end because I'm going to show you a pair of destroyed jeans that sold for nearly $700. Let's get started. Hey, I'm Lee Meyer and I'm the founder of Listing of Freedom and the Empowered Reseller. And I help clothing resellers make more money without hustling harder. Let's get started. First up, collegiate sweatshirts. This Princeton sweatshirt sold for $75. It is a Champion reverse weave. And with the reverse weave, you'll notice that that pattern, that knit, runs up and down vertically instead of horizontally. And this Champion reverse weave sweatshirt from Carleton University, have never heard of it. It was listed for $499 and a best offer was accepted for $399. And this University of Maryland sweatshirt was listed for $299 and sold for $200. If you're wondering how to know how much things sold on best offer, I do have a video. I'm gonna leave a link for that for you. All right, so I've got a ton more for you, but I want to take a second to invite you to grab my free brands list. And in this list, I go over all of the brands and the items that I have sold to make over $100,000 net profit selling used clothes on sites like eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. And you can grab that free list by clicking the link in the description below this video, and I'll send you that list instantly. Next up, the ugly Christmas sweater has been a little bit overrated, a little bit too outdone, but there are so many other holidays where ugly things are selling really well, and I've sold ugly types of sweaters for various holidays. As I'm filming this video, St. Patrick's Day is coming up, but this type of items, these types of items apply to pretty much every holiday that you can think of. So check out this sweater from Coogie. This is a better known brand in the reselling world. The sweaters have a 3D look to them. They are very chunky, oftentimes striped, and very brightly colored. And this Coogie sweater sold for $253 with the keyword St. Patrick's Day in it. Some other ugly holiday items selling are this Quaker Factory cardigan that sold for $58 and this hand knit sweater that sold for $70. Novelty print items or themed items and themes that people collect can often sell for quite a lot of money. This is a brand that's called Sandy Starkman. It's not a particularly well sought after, high-end, high dollar value brand, but because of this style, this Western themed jacket sold for $100. This lion jacket sold for around $40, and this knife print shirt sold for $50. And speaking of new works, this brand has some crazy, ugly prints. Check out this dress, egg print dress, yes, eggs, that sold for $100, as well as this jumpsuit that sold for $175 that has green hands and eyeballs on it. This is what that New Works tag looks like in case you were wondering. Another brand that you're gonna wanna be aware of that has collectible knits, collectible patterns is the Storybook Knits brand. Now, the themes of these sweater cardigans can range. There's a whole variety of different themes out there, but they're all very popular, like this tribal cardigan sweater that sold for $60, this dog-themed sweater that sold for $90, and this dolphin cardigan that sold for $88. And this is what that tag looks like. Now with men, any alcohol-themed shirts are extremely popular, and this can range from any sort of cocktail to, of course, beer. And check out these polo shirts for the golf course that sold for around $40. We've got a Peter Millar as well as a William Murray. And of course, Tommy Bahama is one of the most popular, but surprisingly, so many resellers leave these behind. And if they have any sort of alcohol mentioned on them or embroidered on them, these can sell for a lot of money, like this shirt that sold for over $50. Before we head on into some items that are selling for hundreds of dollars, I also want to mention denim jumper dresses. And these can be maybe a little bit on the ugly side depending on your style. This is another Quaker factory dress that has cats embroidered on the front. And this is a Disney Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh is so popular. And with this denim dress, this one sold for $66. Well, another thing that you're gonna want to look for when you're outsourcing are custom or one-of-a-kind items. This is a jacket by the brand Jordache. Now, you may just think, okay, that's not a great brand, it's a garbage brand, but if you come across any of these painted items, this particular jacket sold for $189. And if you're wondering what OOAK means in the title, that it means one of a kind. This is another surprising item that is handmade, and it's by Lee brand. It's not any sort of special brand, but this pair of jeans, because of the style, because of the paint splatters and the holes, this one sold for $175. And I want you to notice on this one some of the keywords that are being used, in particular, Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain is a keyword that does really well when it comes to that particular grunge style of clothing. All right, so I've got a few more items before we get to that $700 pair of jeans that I was telling you about, but this pair of jeans sold for $90. This is a pair of Carhartt double knee. Now you're gonna notice in these pictures just how destroyed these jeans are. There's plenty of paint, there are plenty of holes. The knees are actually worn through both layers of the reinforcement. But again, these sold for $90 even in this condition. Or maybe I should say, because of this condition. And these are the types of items that other resellers are leaving behind. I see it happen every single time that I go sourcing. Another good keyword when it comes to this sort of look is thrashed or thrash or thrasher. It basically means that it is completely destroyed. Like this skateboarding sweatshirt, it has holes in the sleeves, holes in the back, like more than holes, ripped, completely ripped, and it sold for $40 after a best offer. And check out this Seward County track sweatshirt that sold for $300 in thrashed condition. And this sweatshirt, again, it has more than holes. It has huge rips in the sleeves as well as the body. And this is a thrashed Pendleton shirt that sold for $48 with paint and holes as well. And this is a Montgomery Ward jean jacket in thrashed condition. It has heavy wear, it's got holes, it's got stains, and it's worn completely through in the neck, and it sold for $200. So that brings us down to our final item, the item that I have been mentioning all along that has sold for almost $700, and this is a hard to find item. Now this is gonna be true of pretty much any hard to find item, any rare item that can sell for a lot of money because it is rare, because it is hard to find. And so this particular pair of jeans is a vintage item. It's a very unusual style. It has this lace up on the back side of it, and it is a Carhartt pair of jeans that sold for $686, and it has plenty of stains and holes to go along with it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you've not yet grabbed my $100,000 brand list, I will send that to you instantly. The link to get that free list is in the description below this video. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out my Bolo playlist to find more great items to flip for huge profits online. See you there.